From 35,000 views to over 1 million in just under a year. Here's exactly how we transformed our client's YouTube channel. In this video, I'm going to tell you the 5 key elements that led to one of our clients, Daniel Priestley, increasing his video views on his YouTube channel to over 1 million. Well, first off, you might be thinking, well, that all sounds really nice, but what does that actually lead to? Well, for Daniel, this actually led to a 503% increase in leads and a 333% increase in sales. So yes, getting more views on your videos does actually lead to more revenue for your business. So what are the 5 key elements that make a hugely successful YouTube channel that can help you increase your sales? Number 1, create a consistent schedule and stick to it. Now, this may not be the most sexiest thing that I could say, but actually creating a consistent publishing schedule really helps you get more views on your videos. That's because what you're doing when you create a consistent schedule is training the algorithm to when you're going to post. So rather than saying, you know what, I'm going to maybe do 2 or 3 kind of shorts this week and maybe a long video next week, what you're doing is you're saying, okay, on Mondays and Thursdays and Saturdays, publish a short video. On Sunday, I'm going to publish a long video and I'm going to commit to this. And the algorithm gets used to you publishing on this schedule. And you know who else gets used to it? Your audience. So your audience start to get used to when you're producing these videos and they start to form the habit of actually going and checking those videos. They get excited to actually see them and learn from you. But as long as you're consistent with it and do it at the same time, week in, week out. And because of that, you start to get more and more views and you kind of hold yourself accountable by having this schedule in place. You know, you don't want to miss that day. You don't want to miss that week where you're posting because you know it's going to affect the algorithm. You know you're going to let your audience down. So it really, really is good if you have that schedule in place. Stick to the process, have it the same week in, week out, and I swear you will get more results because of it. The second is writing a really good hook. A hook is the opening sentence that really grabs your audience's attention. It makes them stop scrolling and watch the rest of your video. If you don't have a good hook at the start of your video, then even if it's the most valuable thing on the planet, people aren't going to stay and watch it because you only have a very limited amount of time to capture their attention and prove to them that this video is worth watching. Let's take the start of this video as an example. I could have said, how to make your YouTube channel successful, but that would have been really boring. Instead, I said, from 35,000 views to over 1 million, how exactly did we do it? And that was a question that you wanted to know the answer to. It's why you're still here listening to this video, because that opening hook caught your attention. And that's what you need to do for every single video that you produce. You need to think, what's a question I can ask at the start of this video that my audience would be desperate to know the answer to, desperate enough to stop scrolling and actually listen to the rest of the content. Number 3, and this one really catches people off guard, and it's a director. Now, we know our videos aren't Hollywood style videos. We don't get in Steven Spielberg to direct them. However, having someone there to catch you when you make mistakes and guide you in the right direction is hugely powerful. It can take your videos from good to great. A good director can catch you when you don't quite make sense or say the wrong word or even forget your line or you're not looking at the camera or you're blinking when you start. I actually had that piece of feedback from my director, Martin, here today, that I was blinking and you couldn't see me. So a director is really, really important because what they can do is they can guide you and make sure your video is as best as it can possibly be and that your audience understands it completely and fully and it keeps them engaged. It can really, really make the difference between a good video and a great video. And you might think to yourself, I don't really make that many mistakes. But believe me, when you are sat in front of a camera and you are talking and the spotlights are on you, sometimes you do say the wrong word and you don't even realize it. Sometimes you're not really very clear on what you're saying and you don't even realize it. And that's the thing. You don't actually pick it up yourself. You need that external person there to look at it and say, you didn't quite make sense then. And that is what makes a huge difference. Number 4, creating content that doesn't already exist. And what I mean by this is You want to create truly unique content. Think about this video. I could have made this video into 5 ways you can make your YouTube videos successful. But that's already been done. You probably know all of that. You've probably seen those videos 1,000 times. Instead, I created a video on how we took this client from 34,000 views to over 1 million views in just under a year. Now that is content that has never been created before. You've never come across it before. And it's the reason why you stop and listen and pay attention to it, because you know you're going to learn something new. You're going to learn something interesting and exciting, and it's something you've never heard before. And that's what makes content truly stand out. So when you're coming to create your content, think about using your own experiences, your stories, anecdotes, things from your past that you've learned, client successes, whatever it might be. Make sure that it's unique to you and it isn't the same old content that's already out there. And number 5, good editing. Just like a good hook, editing can make or break your video. It can make people scroll on by, or it can make them stop and pay attention. If you think about it, you could use graphics to create humor, or sad music to pull on the heartstrings, or quick cuts to really move up the pace of the video and make it more energetic. There's so many things that you can do with editing beyond just cutting out the ums and ahs or occasional swear word when you messed up. It's way, way more than that. You can actually make your video so much more compelling if you use the right editing. And more than that, it can actually make you stand out from your competition as well. You have your own set style when you're editing videos. You're using your own fonts, your own colors, your own emojis. All those are unique to you, and people come to recognize those things from your videos and know, oh, that's a video from you. I'm going to stop and watch that because I watched the last one and it was so valuable. So people come to recognize you from your editing style, and that can be hugely useful for building your audience. So there you have it. That is how we grew Daniel Priestley's YouTube channel from 34,000 views a year to over 1 million. And I'd love to hear from you in the comments which one of these things surprised you the most. Just let me know in the comments below. And if you found this video useful, click like and subscribe to this channel to get notified the next time we release a video.